And there we go.
We're live. Live
Live.
action. Hey!
We're late, but that's
No, we're not.
well, it's
We're the
not.
time we said we would be.
I guess that's true.
The
I guess
time,
that's true.
the time we announced that we would be. And we do apologize, but it is July the 11th at almost 7:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Central Time, and we're late.
Mm-hmm. We're late today.
I just said we weren't late, but we're late.
We're late.
Okay, so
I'm tired.
but
We're busy today.
I wanted to say that this is a very rare occurrence that you get to see us when we have already taken showers and we're cleaned up and ready for bed.
Yeah.
Because we're usually nasty when we do the lives because we're not finished with our work outside. We're finished now.
We're finished now.
We're finished now, and if we yawn, we apologize.
I might have to make some Cog-Kill coffee.
So that wouldn't be a bad idea.
It wouldn't be a bad idea at all.
I have been to Birmingham, Alabama twice today. Twice. And that was to take Sylvester to be neutered. If you don't know who Sylvester is, he's a little kitty that we adopted from the, what'd they say? TNR.
TNR.
TNR. And I had to have him there at 7 o'clock this morning in Birmingham.
Which is an hour from here.
Hour from here, traffic, yeah.
Oh, gosh,
so,
talk about traffic. Ugh.
Yeah, it wasn't bad this morning.
Yeah.
But coming back this afternoon,
it was rough.
Y'all excuse our dogs. They're playing outside and they're barking.
Somebody got that last bark in, didn't they?
So what I was going to say about the coffee was I used to enjoy McDonald's coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I would go, if I wasn't to where I could make some at home. I told y'all on the coffee live that I don't care for the sweet tasting coffees from your coffee chain stores.
Mm-hmm.
I like a good cup of coffee with just some cream and sugar in it. So I had grown to like a cup of McDonald's only if we were going somewhere or we were where I couldn't make it at home.
Right.
Well, this morning was one of those days because I left out of here just shortly after daylight.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after daylight, and I didn't have a chance to make my coffee because I had to go. I had to get that cat on the road. And so I stopped at McDonald's and I got my coffee, and I usually get them to add the cream and sugar.
Right.
It's always been the same amount, always the same size. And the last two times I've got it, which I don't get it very often, so this is random. But the last two times I've got it, including today, have been terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I know why.
You're spoiled.
I'm spoiled. I'm coffee spoiled.
Your coffee's spoiled.
Because I don't enjoy it. I can't drink it fast because I don't like it.
Right.
I have to make myself drink it. I think to myself, I paid $1.65 for this coffee. I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna drink it. And I know it's gonna be nasty because it was nasty last time. So why do I keep getting it?
I don't know.
I'm not getting it anymore.
I don't know. Maybe you think it's going. I don't know. Maybe you think this batch may be good.
I tell you what it was. I felt like I needed some coffee.
Yeah.
To get me going, and lo and behold, I drank it. But
I think Misty Dawn Farms on here.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So
it's going so fast though it's hard to say. But I caught Misty Dawn Farm.
Misty Dawn Farm is where Loretta and Gus came from. If Amy is on here, then hey, Amy.
That's right. And y'all, I don't know if y'all been keeping up with the website or not, but the countdown stopped today.
The countdown stopped. And what kind of countdown are you talking about?
It is the countdown of them being together.
Who's them?
Loretta and Gus.
That's right. Yes. Loretta and Gus.
So y'all have to tune in for tomorrow's video because it is a doozy. That's why we're so tired.
And if you don't know who Loretta and Gus are, You need to stop the live.
Go back and watch.
And go back and watch, because we did the whole story about
man.
these two wonderful pigs that are together forever.
Yeah, it's
Whew. It was a
I'm
doozy.
Tired.
It was a doozy. Weddings will wear you out.
They will wear you out.
So I'll give y'all a little sneak preview. There's cake involved, and at the bakery, I asked them if they would write on it, and they said yes. And the lady, she spoke in an accent, and she said, would you like happy birthday? And I said, no, I want to write 2 names. And she said, okay. And she gave me a piece of paper, and I wrote it on there because she wanted to make sure she spelled it right. So I wrote Loretta and Gus. And she said, Loretta. And I said, Loretta.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, and Gus. And I said, yes. And she said, getting married? And I said, yes, ma'am. It's a pig wedding. And y'all should have seen the look on the lady's face.
Oh, I can only imagine.
I told her that I would show her pictures. And I don't know if she believes me. But it's not anybody I know. I just got her to write Loretta and Gus on the cake. And she said, a pig wedding.
A pig wedding.
And I said, yes, ma'am. Loretta and Gus are getting married.
It's a pig wedding.
It's a pig wedding.
Oh, man. But yeah, it's been an eventful day from start to finish.
Especially with me being gone about 4.5 hours today.
It has been.
And we still, well, you stayed here and worked the entire time while I
shuffle cats around.
Sylvester's fine.
Sylvester's good.
I should have told y'all that to begin with, but Sylvester's good. They did tell me that I needed to keep Sylvester separated so the other kitties, meaning Bramble and Biscuit, will not be too rambunctious with him, and to play it by ear as to how he is tomorrow. They don't want him to get too rough. He doesn't have any stitches, which I was surprised.
Are they little bitty and you just can't see them?
No, they told me he does not have stitches. I asked them. And
they must have glued him.
I don't know. But I did not like the fact that he was getting neutered so early, but I didn't have any choice because he was part of the trap neuter. What is it? TNR, trap neuter release program. And they do it very, very early. So Bramble is not getting neutered until the vet says it's ready, or until he's a threat to Biscuit, which is my new kitty. And if y'all didn't watch that video, stop this live right now and go watch the Biscuit video.
There's a bunch of people saying they use glue now.
Do they?
Yep.
Well, I asked him, I said, do I need to bring him back to get his stitches out? And she looked at me and she said, he didn't have any stitches. I said, oh. I said, well, does he need to take antibiotics? No antibiotics. And I said, well, if it was a female, would she need antibiotics? No, ma'am.
Really?
So, I don't know. I mean, I know that they're trying to not use antibiotics any more than necessary, which I agree with, but I still thought that there was such a risk of infection in a female that they gave antibiotics, but they don't. Okay, so he needed pain medicine.
Yeah, this was weird.
He needed pain medicine, and he weighs 3.4 pounds. He had to be 3 pounds to have his neuter completed. So they were out of the pill that was the pain pill to give him to control any pain. Well, they went with the second best option, which was a topical pain medicine, which was a narcotic that lasts 4 days.
That's crazy.
It controls pain for 4 days. They put it on the back of his neck like you would a flea medicine, and told me to do not touch him in that area.
4 days?
No. Until it dries, which was a couple of hours. But I didn't know there was such a thing. But I knew after he had it, he was sitting there with me because they thought they had the pills and they found out they didn't have them. So he's sitting there with me in his crate, and he's just looking around, and I mean, you couldn't really tell he had had any surgery, but y'all, after he had that topical pain medicine on the way home, his eyes were rolled back and he's rolling around in the cage, and I was like, that's a night and day difference from before and after the pain. He wasn't crying or anything, but I know animals can
tolerate pain.
Well, they try not to show it because they're vulnerable if they do. So they knew he needed the medicine, or else they wouldn't have gave it to him. But he sure felt good after that topical pain medication that lasts 4 days.
And they told you not to touch it because you could feel the effects.
Yes,
that's what I thought was crazy.
They said it's a narcotic, so you can't touch it.
That's crazy.
And I said, for 4 days, I was just like you. I was like, I can't touch him for 4 days. And they said, no, just until it dries. And so, y'all guess where he is? He's in the new kitty bathroom that's in the garage.
Which is air conditioned.
Oh, it's air conditioned. But, well, no, I didn't want him to hear the other kitties and feel.
That makes sense.
My point was, I have another bathroom that I can put kitties in. I love kitties.
Is that what you was getting to?
That's what I was getting to.
Oh, God.
I love kitties. I love puppies. I love cows. I love donkeys. You know what today is?
I love pigs.
What's love pigs. Cow Appreciation Day.
Somebody sent us an email, and Dawn, I did not know that.
Miss Dawn, I recognized her name from her sending the email. She's a very nice lady that lives in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and she said it's Cow Appreciation Day, and she wanted us to know it.
I need to post a picture of our.
You're getting too late.
Well, it's not quite dark yet, so I may can still. I may can still pull it off.
You can't go out there and get one though because you're too tired.
But I got plenty of pictures. I can probably pull one from. Yeah, I am too tired. Well, I guarantee you, Moody's in the back.
Hey, are we gonna have Mildred and Moody a wedding? No, because they're not getting married. They're just sister and brother from another mother.
Yeah, I guess they're buddies, but they're not being.
They're not gonna have married. They're just gonna have a party.
Well, yeah.
A party.
What a cow party.
Somebody said National Pet Photo Day too. We got plenty of those.
Oh gosh.
I have more photos of pets than I do my child. And I told y'all I love kitties and puppies and cows and donkeys and pigs and goats. McCall told me today out of the blue.
Yeah.
Mama, you really like goats, don't you?
I heard her say that.
And I thought, yeah.
I think it's because you've been reading this book.
Oh. Maybe that's what it is.
I think it's because you've been reading this book. These glasses, I'm going to have to take them off.
We're not going to.
I left my new glasses in the truck, and I didn't want to go get them, and we already started live, and I got my old glasses, and they got that finish coming off of them. And I tell you, I think I see better without them than I do with them because they're so bad. So I'm just going to take them off. We're going to have to lean over and squint.
I have to do that with or without glasses.
And see everybody's comments.
Okay. I'll let you handle that and tell me what they say. Oh, y'all like my shirt? This one I haven't worn yet. It's you see the Coghill Farm? It's a coral color, and I really like it. I like it. I didn't know how I would like it with the colored flowers on it, but I think it turned out really pretty.
Really good.
And this is the ladies version. Is that what it's called? Ladies?
Yeah, sure. Style.
Yeah. The men's I like too, but they kind of fit different. So
I got the traditional one tonight. The Old Faithful.
Old Faithful Coghill Farm.
Got the Old Faithful. What else has been happening? Dogs is barking.
Dogs are barking.
What kind of
I wrote them all down.
So I saw the first one right there. And I must say, I believe most of the COG squad, I'm going to get into that in a minute too, agree with what we thought.
What's that?
And not to put the tags on the ceiling.
Yeah, y'all, we were not even midway of putting the tags on the ceiling. And I told Jason, I said, I don't think we ought to put the
Yep.
tags on the ceiling. And he looked at me like his puppy just got
I had
taken
this
away from him.
vision of what it's going to look like, and it still will look good. The tags on the ceiling really will look good.
But you didn't answer me. We kept working. And then we got complete. And I said, I really, really like the ceiling
Yeah.
the way it is. And so we let you guys kind of try to figure out what you thought. And 98% agreed with me.
Yeah, I think so. Overwhelmingly, people said don't put the tags on the ceiling. The milk parlor reminds me of like a house from Little House on the Prairie or something. When you go in there, just that raw looking cut wood. That's just what it reminds me of. It's the old cabin from way back when, and the ceiling like that. And yeah, I think it really looks nice. It really looks nice. Plus, if we had to put the tags on the ceiling, there's a really good chance we'd have to take them light fixtures down.
We're definitely not putting them on the ceiling.
we time lapsed the light fixture being put up, the fancy one, and it was a little stressful.
It was a little tedious. I
Yeah.
used my head to hold it up for a little bit, but it did go better than what I thought it was.
It did go better than what I thought too.
And it looks
really
as fabulous as I thought it
does. And I think we are going to adjust the links.
Well, we can do that.
But we're just going to do that later. But I think everybody's right. I think the ceiling looks good as it is.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I did read some comments about people saying they didn't understand why we would put our freeze dryer in the milk room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right now, y'all, we're taking our vegetables that we take from the garden and we drive right past the barn.
Yeah.
To go to our house to put them in the freeze dryer.
That's right.
So it's no different in taking them right to the barn.
It's actually way closer to the barn.
Yeah.
Way closer.
And I won't have vegetables all over my house.
Yeah.
I can take the compost, which is, the pieces that I discard.
You're right.
And take them right out to the compost pile.
I agree.
Without messing up the inside of the house.
Yep.
Because I'm going to tell y'all, I don't know if y'all are like we are, but as we go in and out and we work all day long, things get put in places they should not be. And I don't need one more thing in a place it should not be.
Plus the freeze dryer is in the den.
It's in the den.
Yeah. And it's usually running all the time.
It's usually running. I think I bumped the table. I apologize. It's usually running all the time. And y'all, what's it called? The milking room.
Yeah.
It's got the mini split in it.
Yeah.
And so we can control the temperature with a thermostat. Yes, I realize that there are window units that heat and cool and can be controlled by a thermostat. But these mini splits are so
efficient and quiet.
Efficient. It even has a button on it where it can lower the sound by like 5 dBs.
Mm-hmm. He said it's really quiet. They said it's about like a refrigerator running.
So it's not going to be an issue. I don't know what's wrong with my dog.
Oh, either.
But we're gonna have the freeze dryer in there.
Somebody said their freeze dryer's in the barn.
Yeah, if it was,
and it may be because we're calling it the milking room, and it's not going to be just a milking room. We're putting a stove in there in case we want to do some canning. A
refrigerator.
A refrigerator's going in there.
A dishwasher.
A dishwasher's going in there. So it's going to be more in the milking room. But I think maybe people are thinking, oh, you're going to be milking in there. Why would you want to put the freeze dryer in there? And we may freeze dry. We even talked about that, freeze drying goat milk.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have multiple uses for that room. It's not going to be a single purpose room.
Right.
And I'm so happy with the size of it, because had we done what we originally thought, the little tiny,
I agree.
It wouldn't have got near the use. Okay. So one more thing that I wanted to address that I have seen over and over again is about why, we said we were going to answer questions on the
Well, you
Tuesday.
did on the Saturday.
But this
video.
is something that's been on my mind, and I wanted to talk about it. Why did we not put a bathroom in that barn?
Yeah, why didn't we put a bathroom in the barn? Because it would have blown our budget out the water.
And not only would it have blown our budget, but our time frame, we probably still would not have a permit that was needed
Yeah.
We'd have to have a perk test.
Got to have a perk test. So we'd have to hire the engineer to come down here and do a perk test. Then it has to be approved by
The health
the health department. Then the price of a septic tank and the price of the field lines and the price of putting it in is a lot of money.
And then not including that, you have to have a plumber to come. Well, we have to have a plumber to come and hook it all up.
Yep.
And without going into a lot of details, I'm a farm girl. If I got to go do number 2, I can come to the house.
Yeah.
But I don't see
and there's plenty of area in there. And like I told you, we can always add a small bathroom and a composting toilet later.
Yeah. So it would have been well over $5,000, closer to 10 probably.
Yeah.
To have a toilet, and it just
for a bathroom.
It hasn't been an issue ever. At the old farm, we spent a lot of time in our barn, and it was about the same distance from the houses.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we didn't have a bathroom down there.
Yeah.
So we'll do the best we can, and if we decide to put a bathroom in, we'll save our pennies and do that at a later date.
Yeah. So we can always go back and add it, and we never had intentions on putting a septic tank at all.
No. And you can't just run a toilet with.
And not only that, too, the field lines. The field lines are not extremely deep. And, what if we want to plow that field? What if we want to, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff that we'd have to watch. We'd have to we'd have to remember where the septic tank is, because if you drive over it, it would collapse. And I don't know, it's going to be a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just, I think when people were asking that, they thought we were crazy for not putting a bathroom in, but they weren't thinking of all the involved.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the total reason is because it would have been a mess.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, for something I don't think that would have got the return on investment.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I say that though, if you're out there and your stomach gets messed up and you got to go, but that's still a lot of money.
Well, we'll have a bicycle.
I got a bicycle, side by side, or whatever,
or a car, or pit and pat,
or run to the woods.
Yeah, that's right. So, and then somebody made the comment: as you get older, things are going to come quicker.
Yeah.
Your urgency and such as that. But I just, I don't see the point in it right now.
Yeah. Not right now.
No.
Not right now.
So I just wanted to say that while it was on my mind, because I haven't thought to say anything about
outhouse. Yeah, you could outhouse with a composting toilet.
Well, if that rattlesnake that I saw last year got in that outhouse,
oh my gracious,
it would be an outhouse. It'd be an outdoor tore down house, because I would come right out of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. I do want to answer another question that keeps coming up, which is funny to me, and that is, Jason, you're saying cog and you're stressing that G in it, and you're just, it sounds different than the way you used to say it. And y'all, that's because that the
closed
captions and the algorithm, or whatever you want to call it, was picking up that I was saying an ugly word.
Yeah.
For example, another name for a rooster. And so they were picking up that I was saying an ugly word, and that was the name of our farm. And so we were getting flagged, and I'd have to dispute it. And I was like, look, y'all, it's the name of our farm. I'm not saying anything ugly. So that's why I emphasize that G strongly now, because I got tired of getting written up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's better. It's easier for you to emphasize that G and not have to go into the video and change the closed captions.
Yeah, I know, it was crazy, but yeah, so that's why I'm emphasizing that G a lot.
You can put a portable toilet in there. We've actually got a portable toilet that we take camping with us.
I ain't thought about that. We do.
Yeah, we do. We've got that, so we could put it down there. If we had an emergency, it would sure come in handy.
Yeah,
we'd have it. Hopefully, never have to use it, but
we have it.
And we're not going to show it on the camera. We sure not.
Somebody said put a diaper on when you go to the bar.
Oh, goodness. That's the truth.
Oh, that's
Put your diapers on. We go into the barn.
That is funny. That is so funny.
So another video that we did was the pool mistake.
Oh, the pool mistake, where I ordered too small. When we bought too small pools for Gus and Loretta, and then we bought the crabs or lobsters. I don't know if they're crabs or if they're lobsters.
Well, they say.
Does it say on the box?
I think it says crab.
Does it?
I want to say it says crab, but I may be wrong.
But regardless, they fit in it fine, and they like them, and so all is well with the pool situation now. They like the turtle. They didn't bother. The turtle didn't even bother them, even if their leg was kicked off the side or whatever. But
I got tickled at the turtle today because as I was filling it up, I thought back to when we purchased the turtle bowls, and I was bound and determined that I was going to paint a pig face
on that turtle,
on the turtle, and turn the turtle into a pig. And Mary Carl and Jason, I think, thought I had really lost my marbles.
I did.
They were like, "Well, the paint's not gonna stay," and I was like, "It's just the gist of it. It needs to be a pig, not a turtle." So I still look at it and laugh because I see it as a pig. I see a little painted face on it.
How you could turn that turtle into a pig? I just don't see it.
Oh, goodness.
You definitely can't turn the crab into one.
No, that's out of the question.
It's out of the question.
It's out of the question, but that's okay.
Or lobster.
Some people said that we could use the lids.
Oh, yeah. We had a lot of people asking that, we should use it. And I tried to use a lid, but it tipped over because it's not flat.
And then some people said, well, why don't you dig a hole and put the lid down in it? Y'all, it would have so much mud in it.
So much mud in, and that lid is not as thick as the pool. So I knew exactly what was going to happen. And it's going to crinkle up when you try to flip it over.
Yes,
and get all that mud out of it.
Pigs like mud, but it's eventually going to be all mud.
Yeah, and you'll never see the top anymore. It'll be gone.
I'm kind of like the water, filler upper.
Yeah.
And I couldn't pick the mud up and dump it everywhere.
No, you couldn't.
So
there's no way. It would be way too thick.
We don't know of a use for the lids.
I thought it was going to work though. I really did. I really thought that with the filling it up it would work, but it didn't. I don't know why I thought it. I mean,
it's like a teeter totter.
Mm-hmm. It all went just like this, and the water just. I was like, well, I should have known that from the get go, but I don't know why I didn't.
And even if we used it for like a dust bathing area for the chickens, it would kind of spook them because it won't sit still.
Yeah,
even if we filled it up with sand, it's going to go from one side to another.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're repurposed people, but we
tried.
We don't know what we can repurpose them for.
We tried.
But I guarantee you one thing, I'll hang on to them. Because if y'all didn't know, I'm a hoarder.
Somebody said the box said Krabby Sandbox, so it must be a crab.
Sandbox, okay.
Must be a crab.
Yeah, the other day, Mary Carl has been making these masks, and she enjoys doing it. It's she's made some cats, I guess you would call it.
One's a fox too.
Yeah, she takes these forms and then she puts felt on it and paints them and puts whiskers and things like that to make them, just into a mask that she likes. And she needed some felt. And I said, Mary Carl, we've got felt. And she said, no, Mom, I don't think we do. And y'all, I was bound and determined I was going to find that felt. And I got in this attic and I spent like an hour looking for the felt when I could have went up to the DG, meaning Dollar General, and got the felt and been back, and she could have completed the mask by the time I got out of the attic.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't find it, so we ended up going anyway. But that's just I said, Mary Carl said, Mama, I remember telling you that I didn't need that felt anymore when we moved, and that we put it in the giveaway pile. And I said, see, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Is you two don't understand that you're going to need this stuff one day.
So we just hoard it.
We hoard it, and we spend hours looking for it, and we never find it.
That's right.
It's there, though.
It's there.
So all we need to know is it's there.
Me and Mary Carl will say, Mama's out there looking for something. We could have been done run to the store and got it.
They just don't get it. They just don't get it.
She spent an hour and a half already.
By the way, I've been looking for an umbrella base that I know we brought with us when we moved. And I had in my mind, I knew exactly where it was.
You found it?
And I have not found it. And then I went back to that conversation when we moved. We didn't have an umbrella anymore. Did we really need that?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if we still got it or not. And I'm thinking to myself, I will not buy another one if I did away with it.
You won't.
I will make me a Christmas tree stand.
Or
use a Christmas tree stand.
Christmas tree stand.
That might be better anyway.
Who knows?
I don't like to give things away that I might need again.
Oh, me. What else do we have?
Ceiling fans. We got ceiling fans for the barn. We said that, we made some changes.
Oh, yes. Ceiling fans and the mini split.
Yeah, the mini split.
Mm-hmm. But we're still waiting on the power. My dad don't want to hook the ceiling fans up until the power company's there because he can get several things done in that day.
I thought today, when I got back from my second trip to Birmingham,
Mm-hmm.
I looked out and I was just hoping to see power poles.
No power
But
poles.
the power company has been working.
Kentucky. They're in Kentucky, yeah.
They
Helping out because of the storms and stuff they had up there.
So they'll get here when they can.
Yeah. And that we knew it. We knew it was going to be a while. I anticipated last week.
Yeah, the end of last week.
Who knows?
I mean, people do the best they can,
Yep.
and we are understanding people.
And
so.
we're not, those people that had storm damage or whatever.
They come first.
They come first.
They
Absolutely come first.
Okay, so I just saw something. If I don't address it right now, I'm going to forget.
Okay.
This is a question that has came up time and time again. Okay.
What's that?
Our coffee, is it available in K-Cups?
Oh.
Okay. So last night I
Mhm.
had to run to the store and get some things for the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know the wedding. The wedding's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So while I was there, my mama has a K-Cup machine. But she wants to drink our coffee. But she knows that it's not available in K-Cups. So guess what we did?
You bought an adapter.
We bought the little K-Cup adapter.
Mm-hmm.
It was $4. And what that little thing does is has a lid on it. It's shaped just like a K-Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And you take the coffee and you put it in that thing and you reuse it. So
Yeah.
you're not throwing away all your K-Cups.
Right.
You reuse it and then you can use any coffee with it.
Any coffee with it.
It was $4. I didn't know how much they cost. But
Well, also, Jacqueline has it wasn't Jacqueline's fault. It was the website company Wix who's our website, and they had a big maintenance thing, and so it got delayed. We thought it was on the website because she actually did it, but it wasn't visibly for everybody for some reason. But it's up there now. So if you go to our coffee site, you can see a link to Amazon where you can buy the K-Cup adapter.
Yes. So
Yeah.
if you've got time to wait
Yeah.
and your coffee's in the mail, order you a K-Cup adapter and it'll all be there at the same time.
Or you said Walmart's got them.
Well, Walmart's got them,
Yeah.
but some people, they don't like to shop there,
Or they may not have a Walmart.
or they may not have a Walmart, but not just Walmart has them. Probably any grocery store has them with their coffee.
Yeah, you're probably right.
hmm
They're really common.
Popular, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Mama's was in a pack of 2 for $4.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pack of 2. I don't know why you'd need 2, but
I don't know. I guess maybe if you clean one, you got another one in there
I don't know.
because they do tend to get clogged up and you have to spray them out with your
But,
kitchen sprayer.
I wanted to say that because I don't know that everybody knows that there's even such a thing.
You may not. You're probably right.
My mama didn't know it.
Yep.
She did not know that there was an adapter for her Keurig. So, had to get my mama one,
Yep.
and you get you one too.
That's right. For 2 people, that makes sense too.
Oh, 2 cups.
Yep.
Well, yeah. You would hope they were drinking the same coffee though, and you could just refill it. But I guess you could have one ready.
Yeah.
Ready.
Yeah, that one gets
Not
out,
have to
throws
dump.
away.
Okay.
That second person puts theirs in.
Boy, I told you my hair was getting lighter.
K-Cup adapters.
K-Cup
That's right.
adapters.
And I do want to, if y'all missed the Saturday live, because we're just going to do Saturday. I guess some of these people may not know that, but we're going to do lives on Saturday morning too, where y'all can drink coffee with us. And we did say on there that, thank you guys so much for the support and everything. The coffee thing is just
I think
blown us away.
I think, and I hope I'm not speaking out of turn here,
Yeah.
but everybody that has tried the coffee that has gave feedback
Mhm.
has been 100% satisfied.
I believe so. And we got a lot of great reviews too on the website.
So we have a
Yeah.
friend that has a YouTube channel
Mhm.
here in Clanton,
Mm-hmm.
and we took her. It's May Made It.
Mm-hmm.
We took Miss May a bag of our coffee this morning, and she said, "Do you mind if I just rip into it?" And we said, "Of course not." But she wanted to smell it, and she was.
Oh, yeah,
She loved it.
It just smelled great. She loved it. And if y'all love crafts and scrapbooking, y'all check her channel out.
It's MAY Made It.
Yep.
MADEIT.
Mhm.
May Made It. She's right here in Chilton County.
She is.
And we kind of get some feedback off each other, and she likes to help us, and I don't know if we can teach her anything, but we like to talk, so we try.
Somebody asked what time on Saturday. What did we do the last one? 7:30?
I don't know.
I think it was around 7:30 in the morning. We'll let you guys know because that was the first one, so we got to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
It was before we got up and going and started doing
Look,
chores.
so many people say they love May.
Oh, good.
She said that she has people asking her, "Do you know Cog Hill Farm?
Yeah.
Do you know Cog Hill Farm?" But we haven't talked about May because it was the first time we'd been to her store.
Mm-hmm.
We know May. We've met with her
Mm-hmm.
On several occasions, but today was our first trip to her actual store.
It was.
And I looked at her website earlier, and she's got Christmas in July going on right now.
She does.
So she does a lot of
big event for her.
Yeah, she does a lot of shipping crafts,
Mm-hmm.
and also like she'll do a video and show you how to make something,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can buy the supplies from her and make it at home.
It's pretty cool.
It is. She's
pretty
a
cool.
really, really nice person.
And
her husband Vince.
If you are a big May fan and want to meet her and us, oh my gracious,
they want to go too.
We will both be at Pedals from the Past on September 9th.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
You reckon May likes to dance?
She might. I don't know.
Okay.
She might.
I know Ann Dale likes to dance. And Ann Dale's going to be there.
She's going to be there too.
She's on here too right now.
I saw Ann earlier.
Hey, Ann. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of people know May that know us and vice versa. So, y'all come out and hang out with us.
That's right. Lots of fun.
She can teach me how to make crafts. Mary Cross loves to make crafts, and
you're anti making crafts.
Well,
I will say that you have gotten better about going to Hobby Lobby.
I was just fixing to say the last time we went, I asked if we all going in, and Jason said, "Yeah, I was gonna go in," and I said, "Good, I can sit in the car." But I went in.
Oh yeah, you don't like Hobby Lobby.
Well, it's nothing against them personally. It's just
not your thing.
Not my thing.
It is absolutely not your thing.
But if I went to a store and it had tractors lined up side by side from one end to the other, Mary Carl wouldn't want to be in there.
She wouldn't want to be in there with you. So
takes all kinds.
That's right.
To make the world go round.
That's right. I like going in there. I
don't.
But that's because me and Mary Carl are artistic.
And I'm not.
You're not artistic.
Y'all should see my drawing.
Or not to say you're not artistic. You don't care about it. Not your forte.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's not my forte.
Yeah.
I remember when I was little, though, I thought about this the other day. Mary Carl, Mama look,
mm-hmm.
Mama look,
yeah.
Daddy look,
yeah.
Daddy look.
Yeah.
I remember when I was about her age, I cut out all these cardboard forms. And we had a holly bush outside our back door. I do not know why I did this.
Mm-hmm. It's terrible. I don't know why they're doing it. You go ahead and talk about your forms.
So, me not being a crafty person, I cut out all these pieces of cardboard, cut a hole in the center, had a holly bush outside the door, and I glued holly leaves all over that form. I don't know what made me want to do that. But then I got some red ribbon and I made a wreath out of it. And I can remember telling my mom and daddy, look, Mama, look, Daddy, look, Mama, look, Daddy. And when I heard me Carl say that the other day, it brought back those memories of me being that age saying, look, Mama, look, Daddy, because she's, I don't know, I guess just something about when you make something, you want to be people to be proud of you and people to like what you've done. And I was proud of my little Reese, but now that I think back on it, it probably was ugly.
That's not nice to say.
Well, I'm talking about my own self.
I could hear your story, and I don't know what they're barking. I didn't see anything.
Well, that's typical. But did you ever do anything like that?
I'm sure.
And hey, Mama, hey, Daddy, hey, Mama, hey, Daddy. Look at this. Look at this.
Though.
That's the one thing that came to my mind. And I don't, like I said, I'm not a crafty person.
I will say this. I know that I probably bored my parents to death with baseball cards. I probably did. I was so obsessed with baseball cards at one point, and I remember my parents even having friends come over, and I'd pull the baseball cards out. And I know that, and I remember one of them right now, Mr. Charles Roberts. He would sit there with me, and he looked like Santa Claus. He had a big beard, and he would sit there with me, and I know he was pretending to be interested because none of them watch baseball, let alone care about baseball cards. But
here we go.
Pretend to be interested in my baseball card collection.
Well, I was a baseball card collector too, believe it or not, and we both still have all of our baseball cards.
I do.
So now, even though we're not brother and sister anymore,
we are from Alabama.
We both have our baseball cards, and I collected the little Matchbox cards, and I still have all of those. How did we get on this subject? Look, Mama, look, Daddy.
Yeah. I got off on baseball cards. Okay. I got baseball cards and football cards and basketball cards.
And Jason, why do you think we kept all those baseball cards?
I can tell you why, because I had two stories. I had my dad who had baseball cards, and my nanny threw them away. And there's no telling what he had. And so he was like, I wish my nanny hadn't thrown my baseball cards away when I was collecting baseball cards. And I had a friend of mine whose dad had a few baseball cards. He had collected a few when he was a kid, and he didn't throw them away. And he had them here like Willie Mays.
Wow.
And, and
who was that?
His name was Brandon Vaughn. It was his dad.
I know who you're talking about.
And he still had his baseball cards. It wasn't a bunch, but he had a few. But it was like, oh my gracious. And so that's why I've always kept my baseball cards.
Huh.
I don't know what's going to happen to them. I mean, I'm sure Mary Carl doesn't care anything about baseball cards.
Well, maybe if she has a child one day, they will sit down and they will say, "Look, Mama, look, Daddy, look, Mama, look, Daddy."
Maybe so.
And they'll be looking at Dale Murphy, who was one of our baseball.
I got several Dale Murphy baseball cards.
Me too. So
sure do.
Ain't that something?
Yep.
Okay.
I was a huge Braves fan.
Me too. And you know who my favorite player was?
Mine was Glenn Hubbard.
Mine was Ozzie Smith, and I do not know why.
But Ozzie Smith played for the Cardinals.
He was no. I just said he was my favorite, and now I can't even remember his name. He was a catcher.
Ozzie Virgil.
He was my favorite player.
Really?
And I don't know why. I think I liked the way he looked.
Mine was Glenn Hubbard.
I think I thought he was cute. But I don't know that in my mind that's why I liked him. Because he wasn't a star or anything.
Yeah. I like Dale Murphy, of course, but then Glenn Hubbard was the second baseman, and I played second base, and we were both little bitty. And so that's why I liked Glenn Hubbard, I think.
I like Terry Pendleton too, but that
Glenn
was later.
Hubbard had the coolest baseball card. It was him, and it had no. This is how baseball cards were back then, because they were not cool like they are now. Now they're
3D,
3D, and all. He had a python around his neck.
Oh gosh,
nothing to do. Nothing.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he did. Yep, crazy.
How about that? Okay, so
I want to know if anybody else on here collected baseball cards.
There's a lot of ladies on here.
12 p.m.
Oh my gracious! So, not saying ladies couldn't collect them, because I collected them, but
somebody said football and they got a Joe Namath. We have a Joe Namath rookie card.
We sure do. Where did we get that thing from?
You had it.
Where did I get it?
I think your dad gave it to you. And then we were so excited that we had this card, and I was like, this could be it. This
Uh-huh.
could be it. Looked up, and it was like worth $12.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have got to continue the collecting. Okay, so do y'all see this thing behind me?
The Beanie Babies. We still got those.
Y'all, I know y'all collected Beanie Babies. You had to have. Y'all, I have totes of Beanie Babies right over there in that attic.
Mm-hmm. We kept them.
And I don't know what I plan on doing with them. But
just like my baseball cards.
We weren't married when I started collecting Beanie Babies, but we were dating. And so I was working and I was making my own money and I spent all my paychecks on Beanie Babies. My mama worked at a place called the Flower Basket, and it's still in business in Selma. And they were a Beanie Baby dealer, which made it really bad.
Yeah.
Because
your mama got hooked too.
She got them for me though.
But she got obsessed with it, but they were your Beanie Babies.
They were my Beanie Babies. And every time a new one came out, I would get it because the store would get them. You know, they got all the new ones and they got to hold me one back. And I had first choice to get Beanie Babies, and they're now in that attic. They're now in the attic. One day I'm going to get them out and look at them all. But I don't know why I'm keeping them. You may want to make me an offer.
Probably just like the baseball card. We'll just pass them down.
That's right.
Hot Wheels. We got those too.
Yeah, Hot Wheels. I call them Matchbox cars, but same thing. Hot Wheels.
Same thing. Yep. We got those too still.
Oh my goodness, my Beanie Babies. Princess Diana. Do y'all remember that one? You don't want to talk about it.
I don't care.
I have so many of them. Beanie Babies.
The Hot Wheel memory I had was the city, and we don't have it, and I had it, but I wish I still had it. But it was so awesome. It had the car wash in the garage at the bottom, and it had this, you could put your car on it and it would
automatically go
down there. I bet I played with that thing for hours.
Yes, I was obsessed with those cars, but I was young then.
Yeah.
And it didn't mean as much to me then as the Beanie Babies did, because I was in my 20s then.
Well, actually, you played with those. You weren't thinking about collecting them.
Yeah. Goodness. I wonder how much money I spent on those Beanie Babies.
I don't know. They may be worth a lot of money one day.
Jason.
The only thing about those are
it's so saturated.
And the same thing. It is saturated. eBay really messed the baseball card market up. And then, you got to get them judged, and I don't know.
Yeah, and besides, my thoughts are, okay, so you got this rare Beanie Baby, and it's got a tag this backwards.
Yeah.
And it's worth $2 million.
We're selling it.
Who's going to pay $2 million
for
it? They might say the value of it's $2 million, but there's not actually anybody who's going to pay you $2 million.
There may be a crazy Beanie
What do you do? Talk about it on your live and say, hey, I got this rare Beanie Baby. You want to pay me $2 million for it? It's what it's worth.
It's what it's worth.
I'm
sure there's some type of Beanie Baby convention or something.
Maybe we ought to go.
Just take our pile of Beanie Baby. We wouldn't know what we had, though. Somebody could rip us off. We wouldn't know it.
That's right.
We wouldn't have a clue.
Oh, goodness. I have not thought about those Beanie Babies in a long time till I looked up and I saw Mr. Valentino. Was that his name? No, that's Alabama.
I love Alabama.
But there is a red one. His name's Valentino.
Ask
me how I remember that.
I don't know. I don't remember any of their names.
Oh, goodness, I do.
Yep.
One day I'm going to get them out.
I started collecting comic books, too. I got those still.
Okay. So when I was a little bitty girl, I collected Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah.
And I still have some of those.
We still got those. That's right. Still got the Cabbage Patch Kids.
There was American Girl dolls when Mary Carl was a little bit younger, but she really wasn't ever interested in anything like that. She wasn't interested. Oh, I take that back. Mary Carl was a collector of these things, and guess what they were called?
Digibirds.
Digibirds. They were these little
birds. Digibirds and the Audubon birds.
She's got every Audubon bird made.
Yep.
That sings the song. But I don't think young or old you'd get tired of those.
May not.
It's just, well, I mean, I found that to be interesting.
Because they had when you pressed it, it was the real call of the real bird.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
Yep.
She
Bass Pro Shop used to sell them.
They
sell
don't.
them more.
They don't. Last time I went in there, I went and looked, and
yeah.
I think that they quit making them all together,
They
if
may
I'm not
have.
mistaken. But I may be wrong.
We may have every one of those.
I think we do,
Yeah.
and we kept them, every one of them.
Yeah.
And it's going to be in Mary Carl's attic with the Matchbox cars and the Garbage Pail Kids.
Garbage Pail Kid cards.
Beanie Babies. She's going to have a big attic.
She better have.
Your mama had porcelain dolls. Somebody just asked about porcelain dolls.
Mm-hmm, she does.
She's got some really old porcelain dolls.
Mm-hmm. They were my grandmother's.
And they're
my great grandmother's.
Beautiful. One of them is in the Sturtevant Hall Museum in Selma.
Yeah, my grandmother donated that one
to the Sturtevant Hall Museum in Selma, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
But she's got several of them, but they're beautiful. They're just unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah, they are. I don't know how kids played with them.
I don't either. Without, they're so fragile.
It seemed like they were so fragile feeling back then. I don't know.
So, y'all, I moved Biscuit in with Bramble and Sylvester, and I didn't know how it was going to go. I kind of thought that I might have to take her out and then bring her in supervised. Biscuit can handle her own.
Yeah, she is tough.
She's she's less than half the size of them, but
it don't look like it on camera. To me, it don't. On the video, when I was editing it, it really don't look like it. But when you're in there with her or holding her compared to the other ones, she is way smaller than them boys. But I tell y'all,
I read some comments where people said that they thought that the boys were tiny until we put Biscuit in there, and they realized that the boys weren't as tiny as the boys were. A little bit bigger than her when we got both of them.
Yeah,
but she's really tiny. But she holds her own. She's not mean by all means.
Oh no.
But
and the boys ain't mean to her either.
No, they
but
all
she plays
so
just
well.
as rough with them as if she was their size and a boy.
That's right. And the vet told me that she won't have any problem.
Yeah.
And I didn't really get it at the time, but now I do, because she's been in there with them and she can hold her own.
She can hold her own.
And I'm happy that they're all together. It had gotten to where every time I were to go in Mary Carl's bathroom, she would have put something in her water that she wasn't supposed to, meaning toilet paper.
Yeah.
Even if I turned it around backwards on the roll, which you guys suggested to do, she would get it off somehow.
She's smart.
Yeah, she's smart. So Biscuit is in the all kitty.
I love
bathroom.
her color. I don't remember seeing a cat that color. It's like olive.
She's very different. Somebody said, where did I get Biscuit from? Okay, Catherine at G&G Farm. She, okay. Let's see. What did that say? It's going so fast.
It's going so fast.
Something about where did I get the kitty? Tonight. Okay, I'm confused. Where did the kitten?
They may have not seen the video.
I'm confused. What kitten got fixed? What kitten got fixed was Sylvester. He was a spay, trap, neuter, release, whatever it's called.
He was a risk from a rescue.
And he had to be neutered today in order to finalize his adoption.
It was part of the agreement. So we could foster him or we could foster to adopt. And we decided to adopt him. And since we adopted him, we had to follow their guidelines and their rules. And that is part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Biscuit came from Catherine at G&G Farms. Catherine has over 100-acre farm. And she heard a meow under one of her storage buildings. And she crawled on her hands and knees and injured her ribs. And I didn't talk about all that, but was able to catch Biscuit in a trap because she appeared to be a feral cat.
Yeah, very scared.
Very scared. Catherine couldn't touch her. And so Catherine called me because she didn't know what to do. And she had gooky eyes and was so skinny. And I didn't think she was going to make it, honestly. I really didn't. I waited a couple of days before I did a video because I didn't want to break anybody's heart with myself.
Yeah.
My heart. Every morning when I went in there for a couple of days, I was like, oh, please, please, please be alive. And she did. She made it, and she's here to stay. Didn't intend on getting another kitty, but I gotta say no. I gotta say no next time. I say no. Y'all gotta help me out. We gotta adopt all these kitties because it's kitty season. I was told today it's kitty season.
So that's why the babies are here.
Everybody has kitties, and there was one the other day that somebody told me they were keeping. Thank goodness, because a friend of theirs tried to take it to the shelter. The shelter was overrun, and they were going to have to put them down. So a friend of mine took the cat. Thank goodness. And it's kitty season. I'm still building Kitty City, by the way. Had an idea today. I wake up in the middle of the night. I say I'm not picking up my phone. I pick up my phone and I start Googling kitty cities, and I don't go back to bed.
Oh, gosh.
Nobody has a kitty city. That's what kills me. I found one thing about an episode on HGTV where somebody built a kitty city.
In their barn?
In their house.
In their house.
This is not my house, but
it's going to be in the barn.
It's my kitty city.
That's right.
And I'm building a kitty city.
Once we get through the barn.
No, right now I'm building a kitty city. I got ideas. Gosh. I got ideas, and I started to pick up some of my parts today when I was in Birmingham, but I didn't. I'm going to make it cool. So if y'all come up with any kind of ideas for the kitty city, I'm not telling you my ideas because, you got to make it real. So y'all send me your kitty city ideas. I want it to be on the walls of the barn to where they can enjoy crawling and climbing and going around the edges.
They should have. It's already got a ledge.
No. They need a city.
And all the
This
stalls.
is not a ledge. This is a city. So if y'all come across any kind of ideas, email them to me. My email address is on www.coghillfarm.com. You'll find Contact Brooke, because I don't know what my email address is. So you go there and you'll find it.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Kitty City.
Oh, man. What else do we have?
That's it.
That was it?
That's it.
That was it. And I got to squint. And we're at right
57 minutes. Okay, so we want to answer questions on Tuesdays morning.
Saturday morning
videos. I got to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday morning videos. What's the best way for people to do that? Put a question mark at the end of it?
That, or send an email.
Okay, so on Facebook, we can't do the question mark though, right?
I can search it on YouTube, though, if somebody asks a question.
So if y'all have a question that you've just been dying to ask and we haven't answered it, if you'll ask your question, put a question mark at the end of it. Should they do it on the live? Would that be the best way to do it?
Mm-hmm. Or any video. I can just search question mark.
Yeah, but I don't want you to go and search every video for question mark.
I just hit question mark, and it shows everything that has a question mark.
Okay. Put a question mark. Or go to our website and get our email address.
Yep.
Because neither one of us know what it is.
Yep. Just go to the website, and you can actually I think you can do it on the website too.
Ask a question?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But we don't want to skip anybody, and we don't want you to think that we're not answering your questions. So that's going to be our day to answer reoccurring questions.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll try to jot them down in a book, so that way the good old upstairs doesn't forget.
That's right.
When will we see them again? Tomorrow morning.
Yes.
You were a little delayed.
Tomorrow morning.
Y'all stay tuned. There is a big, big day coming tomorrow.
Yes. Big day. You could do all caps. Yeah, I can't. It's just easier for me to search it. I can actually. YouTube has a thing on there. It says search comments with questions. It's exactly what it says.
Don't type out QUESTIONMARK. Put the
actual question mark.
Put the actual question mark.
Yep.
But tomorrow's a big video, and Thursday's a big video for me.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all stay tuned, and we will see y'all on Saturday morning. We'll let y'all know. We'll let y'all know what time. We don't know.
It's going to be early because we want to.
Yeah, we got things to do.
Yeah.
We said we don't have anything to do on Saturday. Saturday's our off day. We kick up our feet.
Saturday and Monday.
We don't have off day. We really don't. But
we really don't.
We'll be here Saturday.
That's
yeah.
Right.
Donna. Is that her name?
It's called
Diana.
Yes. Just like that.
Questions
Yep.
with a question mark.
That'll work.
Okay.
We'll catch you on the next one. Y'all be good and have a wonderful night.